Valuable pieces in numismatic history. The 1971 1-cent coin that astonishingly can be worth up to $3 million due to its unique errors and mistakes, capturing the imagination of collectors worldwide and turning what would normally be a humble penny into a treasure of immense value. The story behind this coin is not just about its face value but the fascinating imperfections and anomalies that occurred during its minting process, which created a coin so rare and sought after that it has become a legendary artifact among collectors and investors alike. To truly appreciate why this coin commands such an astronomical price, we need to delve deep into the nature of the errors and mistakes, the rarity they create, and the market dynamics that elevate its worth beyond ordinary currency. The 1971 1-cent coin, produced by the United States Mint, was part of the regular production run, but during the minting process, a series of errors occurred that were not caught in quality control, resulting in several unique types of mistakes that make each specimen a rare find. These errors include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, and the infamous missing date variation, each of which significantly affects the coin's rarity and desirability. Double strikes happen when the coin is struck more than once by the press without being ejected, causing overlapping images and numbers that are noticeably thicker or blurred, making it a curiosity that is instantly distinguishable from normal pennies. Off-center strikes refer to coins that were struck outside the normal central area, causing partial or incomplete designs, often with portions of the coin's edge missing the stamped image entirely, leading to a visually striking error that collectors prize for its uniqueness and rarity. Die cracks occur when the metal dies used to strike the coins develop fractures over time, imprinting raised lines or irregularities on the coin's surface, which can range from fine hairline cracks to more dramatic fractures that run across the entire face or reverse side of the coin, each crack adding to the individual story and character of that particular penny. The missing date error is one of the most significant mistakes for this particular coin. It refers to pennies where the date on the obverse, which usually signifies the year of production, is partially or completely missing due to die polishing or die deterioration, making it extremely difficult to authenticate and highly valuable when verified as genuine. These combined errors not only affect the physical appearance of the coin but also drastically reduce the total number of surviving specimens with these exact mistakes, thereby boosting the rarity and creating a scarcity that numismatists and collectors fiercely pursue. The value of this coin is not just about the errors themselves but also about the historical context in which the coin was minted, during a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning and experimenting with new techniques and materials in coin production, which inadvertently led to a higher likelihood of such anomalies. In 1971, the Mint faced challenges with metal compositions and die maintenance, which contributed to the defects seen in these pennies. Furthermore, the mass production environment meant that only a tiny fraction of these error coins made it into circulation before being identified and removed, making surviving examples exceedingly rare. The market for rare coins has always been driven by the principle of rarity combined with demand and condition, and this 1971 1-cent coin epitomizes this concept perfectly. While the coin's face value is just 1 cent, the rarity of the errors, the historical significance, and the growing community of collectors willing to pay premium prices to own a piece of numismatic history have driven prices to the multi-million-dollar range for top-quality examples. Several sales and auctions over the years have set record-breaking prices for this coin, often commanding over $3 million depending on the exact nature and visibility of the errors, the condition or grade assigned by professional grading services, and the provenance or ownership history that can add an additional layer of desirability. It is important to understand that not every 1971 penny with an error is worth millions, but only those with the specific combination of errors such as a full double strike with a clear missing date, or a rare off-center strike with no wear in perfect preservation, which is extremely rare given that pennies are frequently handled and circulated. The grading scale used by numismatic experts, which ranges from poor to mint state or proof quality, greatly influences the price, as higher-grade coins with well-preserved details and clear errors are far more desirable. Additionally, the growing interest from international collectors and investors has helped push prices higher as the coin transcends its humble origin and becomes a coveted investment piece. Aside from the physical and historical factors, the story behind the errors themselves makes the coin even more intriguing. For instance, die cracks indicate the dies were used beyond their typical lifespan, possibly due to production pressures, and analyzing these cracks can give insights into the mint's operations at the time, adding a scientific and historical dimension to the coin's value. Double strikes often result from mechanical glitches or operator errors, which were not as easily prevented in the 1970s compared to modern minting technology, making these mistakes a snapshot of a moment in minting history when technology and human error intersected in fascinating ways. The off-center strikes tell a story about the coin blanks, called planchets, that were not properly aligned before being struck, and the fact that some coins with this error survived circulation means they were likely overlooked at the time but cherished decades later as rare treasures. Beyond these well-documented errors, collectors speculate about other variations or misprints on the 1971 penny that could exist but remain undiscovered, further fueling interest and excitement in the collecting community. Some enthusiasts hunt for coins with slight die rotations, doubled dies in the date digits, or unusual metal compositions, any of which could potentially be worth significant sums if authenticated. The immense value of these coins also highlights the broader appeal of era coins as a niche in the coin collecting world, where imperfections ironically add value, offering a unique blend of rarity, history, artistry, and accident that makes each coin a one-of-a-kind story frozen in metal. The 1971 1-cent coin worth millions is a testament to how something as simple and everyday as a penny can transform into a treasure trove of history and value through a confluence of production mishaps, historical circumstances, and collector passion. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual enthusiast, the story of this coin invites you to appreciate the intricate processes behind coin minting and the unexpected ways that tiny mistakes can generate tremendous worth. It also serves as a reminder that in the world of collectibles, value is often defined not just by what something is supposed to be but by what it accidentally becomes, turning a common penny into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon that captivates the imagination of people around the world. This is why the 1971 1-cent coin, with its blend of errors, rarity, and history, stands as one of the most remarkable and valuable coins ever produced, a symbol of how the smallest imperfections can create the greatest treasures in the fascinating universe of coin collecting. Continuing our incredible exploration of rare and valuable coins, let's dive into the story of the 1986 1-cent coin, another fascinating penny that has shocked collectors and investors by reaching staggering values of up to $2 million due to its own set of remarkable errors and anomalies that make it highly prized in the numismatic world. Much like the 1971 penny, the 1986 1-cent coin gained its extraordinary value not because of its face value but because of the mistakes made during its production that transformed an ordinary piece of currency into a rare and coveted collectible. The 1986 penny is primarily famous for a particularly rare die error known as the no mint mark variety, coupled with some incredibly rare die cracks, double strikes, and what experts call the broadstrike error, each adding layers of uniqueness that elevate its worth far beyond that of a typical penny. The no mint mark error is especially significant because in 1986, pennies minted in Philadelphia should not carry a mint mark, but a very limited number of coins were accidentally struck using dies intended for coins from other mints or with altered dies that mistakenly imprinted parts of the mint mark or omitted it entirely in unusual ways, creating confusion but also immense value when authentic examples are found. Alongside this, the broadstrike error involves coins being struck without the normal restraining collar, which is a ring that holds the coin planchet tightly in place during the minting process. Without this collar, the metal spreads outward more than usual, resulting in a noticeably larger and flatter coin with a smooth, expanded rim instead of the usual raised edge, making these broadstrike pennies visually distinct and rare in circulation. Double strikes, similar to those found in the 1971 penny, occur when the coin is struck more than once before being ejected from the press, creating overlapping and doubled images that are not just errors but fascinating artifacts of minting glitches that attract intense interest from collectors because each double strike pattern is unique, telling a story of an interrupted process. Die cracks on the 1986 penny tend to be more pronounced due to the wear and tear on the dies used during that year, causing raised lines and fractures that can appear in different patterns and locations, from subtle to dramatic, with some coins displaying large web-like cracks that cross the entire coin face, further adding to their rarity and intrigue. Another remarkable variation is the off-center strike, which again captures the eye because it reveals an incomplete design with a portion of the coin blank missing the struck image entirely, offering a visual curiosity and enhancing rarity since these coins are often discarded or melted down but sometimes slip into collectors' hands. What makes the 1986 penny truly extraordinary is the combination of these errors appearing in conjunction on a single coin or in very rare batches, which drastically limits the number of surviving specimens and drives prices to extraordinary levels when verified by grading authorities. Just as with the 1971 penny, the condition of the coin is critical, with those in mint or near-mint condition commanding the highest prices at auction, especially when the errors are sharp and clearly visible, providing collectors with a pristine example of minting history and error phenomena. The market demand for the 1986 penny surged dramatically in recent years as collectors recognized the rarity and investment potential of these error coins, leading to competitive bidding and private sales reaching the multi-million-dollar mark, particularly for those coins with documented provenance or belonging to famous collections. The history behind the 1986 penny's errors is also linked to the U.S. Mint's manufacturing environment during the mid-1980s, which was a period of technological transition and production challenges. The minting process was being modernized, but the adjustment phase resulted in occasional equipment malfunctions and die quality issues, which contributed to the occurrence of these rare errors. Moreover, the rise of advanced coin grading technology and better authentication methods helped uncover and confirm the existence of these error coins, bringing them into the spotlight and increasing their desirability among collectors who value verified rarity and authenticity. Interestingly, some numismatic experts speculate about other possible undetected errors from the 1986 penny series, such as subtle die rotations or minute variations in metal composition caused by slight deviations in the alloy mix during production, any of which could emerge in the future as additional valuable discoveries. The fascination with error coins like the 1986 penny lies not only in their scarcity, but also in the story they tell about the complexities and imperfections of industrial minting processes, reminding us that even machines and systems designed for precision can produce surprises that become historical treasures. Owning a 1986 penny with these errors is akin to holding a tangible piece of history where chance and technology collided, creating a coin that stands as a symbol of rarity, human error, and the allure of the unexpected in collecting. For many collectors, this coin represents more than just monetary value. It embodies the thrill of discovery and the joy of uncovering a piece of art born out of accident and anomaly. Its status as a multi-million-dollar coin is a testament to how errors transform the mundane into the magnificent, and how a simple penny can evolve into a legend within the coin collecting community. Whether you are an avid numismatist or simply curious about the hidden stories behind everyday objects, the 1986 1-cent coin stands as an extraordinary example of how rarity and mistakes intertwine to create value beyond imagination, making it one of the most coveted and valuable pennies in the modern era. Expanding further on the story of the 1986 1-cent coin, it's important to recognize that its incredible value is also deeply intertwined with the evolving collector culture and the broader economic environment influencing rare coin markets. As interest in numismatics grew during the late 20th and early 21st centuries, the demand for unique and rare error coins soared, driven by both seasoned collectors seeking to complete elite collections and new investors recognizing coins as alternative assets. The 1986 penny's spectacular errors and extremely limited surviving numbers positioned it perfectly to benefit from this rising trend, and as more of these coins were discovered and verified, prices escalated accordingly. Auction houses and private dealers began featuring these pennies prominently, often accompanied by detailed provenance histories and professional grading certificates that helped reassure buyers of their authenticity and condition, factors crucial to reaching multi-million-dollar valuations. The interplay of scarcity, condition, Historical interest and investment appeal has made the 1986 1-cent coin not just a collector's dream, but a highly prized asset in numismatic portfolios. Additionally, the coin's errors invite a deeper understanding of the technical and procedural aspects of coin production at the time, revealing the challenges faced by the U.S. Mint in maintaining quality control while producing millions of coins daily. The mechanical processes involved, including die preparation, planchet alignment, and striking pressure, had to be meticulously calibrated, and the presence of errors like off-center strikes and broad strikes exposes the fine line between precision and error in mass production. These anomalies thus serve as a window into the industrial history of minting, transforming the 1986 penny from a mere piece of currency into a historical artifact reflecting the intersection of technology, human oversight, and chance. Moreover, the fascinating variations and errors have spurred extensive research and discussion among numismatists, who meticulously catalog and study these coins to better understand their origins and significance. This scholarly attention adds further prestige and depth to the coin's story, turning each specimen into a case study in minting anomalies and collector psychology. As a result, the 1986 penny's value is not static but dynamic, influenced by ongoing discoveries, market trends, and cultural interest, making it a living symbol of how coins can transcend their everyday role to become extraordinary collectibles. The coin's impressive auction records also highlight the importance of rarity combined with verifiable uniqueness. Buyers are willing to pay extraordinary sums for examples that exhibit the clearest, most dramatic errors, especially when accompanied by certification from trusted grading organizations that attest to the coin's authenticity and grade. This certification process is critical in the high-end market, providing buyers confidence and protecting investments in a field where fakes or misattributions can severely impact value. The appeal of the 1986 penny thus lies not only in its physical characteristics but also in its story, how a momentary slip or mechanical malfunction during its creation transformed it into a multi-million-dollar rarity that captivates collectors worldwide. It exemplifies how errors can elevate ordinary objects into prized treasures, and how the numismatic community cherishes the unexpected, turning flaws into fortunes. In essence, the 1986 1-cent coin stands as a shining example of how rarity, history, and human curiosity converge to create value that far exceeds the coin's original monetary intent, offering a fascinating glimpse into the world of rare coins where every imperfection tells a story and every discovery can rewrite the history of collecting.